Good evening. I call to order this Lansford Borough Council meeting of Wednesday, October 8th, 2014. Please stand for the pledge of
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Martin Ditsky.
Here.
Mary Sadar. Here. Tommy Badak.
Present.
Mayor James Romanko.
Here.
Joe Butry.
Present.
Samantha Yasin. Here. Colin Jones.
Here.
Rosemary Cannon. Here. Solicitor Michael Grieve.
Here. First agenda is public courtesy. Please state your name and address. No public courtesy.
Should we adjust the garden thing from last week now to that, or is there going to be a timeline?
It was unfinished business.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I was going to mention.
Pardon me?
Can we do it
Does council object?
now? There's nothing really going on. We came to the meeting
Yes.
and there wasn't enough council people, so we will come to next month's meeting.
Okay.
That we're-
I talked with you about it as far as the agreement, and I do know as far as each party has to give the other party 30 days written notice if they're going to pull out. The one thing that I was not particularly like was the 10-year
Yes,
lease.
and we agree with that. I think for 30 days, I think we're looking more towards the end of the season. So say like it wouldn't be in the middle of the summer, you'd be like until fall comes and then we wouldn't begin again that next season. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's something we're kind of looking for, just a little bit of a difference as well.
Did everyone get a copy of the use and maintenance agreement in their mailboxes? So we will work on that at the next.
Did you meet at the municipal administration?
There wasn't a quorum. It was just myself
Oh.
and it was Jody and Jerry. So we just discussed a few things, but couldn't recommend anything. There was no quorum.
So that would be November 5th then, that's the first
Yes.
Wednesday. Okay,
Yeah.
6:30.
Okay. Okay. Again, I'll bring up any issues of public courtesy. Yes.
I'm speaking for the concerned citizens, and I just would like to report on what's happening with the break-ins in town. Does anybody have any knowledge of why they're happening? Are there enough police in the borough to cover the, it seems to be a crime problem that we're having? And people have been coming to me asking what's being done.
We have a letter from the Sergeant Jackson Barrett with the department that's top of the correspondence. I'll read that right now.
Okay.
The residents of the borough of Lansford have recently been targeted by a person or persons who are apparently in need of money. This has resulted in what can be described as a rash of burglaries and other petty thefts throughout the borough. While the Lansford police will not release specific details, so as not to compromise ongoing investigation efforts, it is important for residents to know that all possible investigative leads are being followed. The crime scenes are checked and processed for evidence wherever possible, and the department has implemented other procedures to attempt to not only solve the crime that have occurred, but also to prevent future occurrences. However, no police department can accomplish everything on their own. It is vital that citizens do their part and report suspicious activity when it is observed happening. I'm also asking that the residents please call police if they see anything out of the ordinary. The most seemingly minor event can lead to arrest in what may be a totally unrelated serious crime. Also, citizens need to do their part not to make themselves an easy target for criminals. For instance, install motion detector lights around your property, keep lights you currently have around the exterior illuminated, put inside lights on random timers, do not let everyone know if you're going to be away, stop mail or paper deliveries, or have a trusted friend pick up deliveries and check the property if possible. For residential properties, invest in audible alarms. Businesses should have silent alarms. Security cameras are available at a reasonable cost. Most importantly, lock your doors both on your home and businesses and your vehicles. Please don't keep valuables in your vehicles, and certainly do not keep large amounts of cash in your home or business, no matter how much you may think that it is hidden or secure. Finally, I am also asking that anyone who may have outdoor video cameras that capture images of the area near your home or business to please contact the Lancaster Police. Rest assured that all efforts are being expanded and directed to apprehend people involved in these accidents. That's from the sergeant, who's also in charge of the officer in charge.
Will that be in the paper at all?
That was in the paper, but I'll have them reissue it to put out again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
My name's Richard Fowler. On that thing, these homes are being targeted. My house was targeted, my house was broken into later, between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. Somebody knew that I went on my bike, in 15 minutes they came into my house, but an electric neighbor came over to cut the grass. He didn't see nobody. So in 15 minutes, my house was occupied. So these homes are being targeted. If somebody in this town knows or watching people, where they going, where they're going, and down Ivy Street, they come up to the line out. They ain't come up to the Main Street, they come up to the Pine Line, coming into the cellars.
Is that in the morning?
Yeah,
10:30 in the morning?
10:30 in the morning.
What day was it, sir?
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
When? Where's the other?
Twice.
One of the things that I've talked to my neighbors about is starting a neighborhood watch program. So I discussed it with several of my neighbors down Front Street. And I printed out a manual if anybody wants to get copies, and, just some tips and some ideas of how to go about starting and talking to neighbors. And so I think that's a great idea. I talked to other people in other towns that have this program. And you can just putting the signs up around in your neighborhood deters people from targeting houses. So I guess if anybody wants to take a look at it, make some copies, they're right here. Up to you.
One point that Jack had in his letter, that it doesn't happen today like it used to. If you see something strange in your neighborhood, no matter how off you might be, notify it, call 911. Because in my case, there was somebody outside my property at 9:30 in the morning. They waited to tell my wife at 6 o'clock at night when she came home from the doctor's. They see me and they wouldn't tell me. I says to them, why didn't you call the police? We got the guy on camera. He was coming over to the police department. But people, how little it might seem, you see something out of the ordinary, pick up the phone.
And when it happens, don't wait 15, 20 minutes, call immediately and give the police a chance.
Exactly.
Also, we have a small police department, like everybody was saying, we need like a neighborhood watch. The police officers cannot be everywhere at all times. So like Tommy just said too, you see something out of you and them, well, I don't mind what it is, don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call. Maybe it can help stop something that can happen down the road.
But don't take the law into your own hands, neither.
Now,
Anything else on that? I know it's not the town I grew up in. I agree. And
Well, police were brought to get to everything, I understand that. Like I told Jack, they came in the first time, the second time they're going on motorbikes. I know how to protect my house.
Any other issues for public courtesy before we move on? Next item is approval of meeting minutes for September 10th, 2014.
I have two things. On page 3, at Public Works, where it says the word bid, they were not bids. So I think the words in there should be changed to quotes or proposals or something like that. And in midway down the bottom where the motion was made about the allotment to return the liquid fuels, in that section there, where it says the motion was to return to 2013, there's a second motion. Severick makes the motion to transfer the 2014 wage allotment. I would like to add in between there the year-to-date wage allotment, because that only went up until June. So we still have the opportunity of, the rest of the year. So just those two.
I have two items myself. Executive session was held at 8:45. You didn't have the time when we came back in. And partway down the page where Barry made the motion to allow myself to be a licensed CDL driver. I wasn't opposed to that motion. I didn't vote because I was part of the motion. I will make a motion to approve the minutes with the corrections as read.
Second. By Mary, I think I heard Mary say first. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next is the free workshop traffic calming. I want to send our workers. No, I don't know what good it's going to be. The next is the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs managing a professional police department.
The problem I have is I don't have any other time off of work, and I would have to miss 2 days, and it's going to be a whole lot of money that I have to miss out on. Is it possible to send Sergeant Sparrow to this? Or is this more for Mayor? Please. Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't have an issue going to it, I would suggest we send him, and he could fill me in on everything. I mean, I have no problem going. If they have this next year, I definitely would sign up to go. And I would have time to take off. I just don't have any more time this year to do it.
Well, there's some things here for the police department itself. Yeah, I would make a motion that we authorize the officer in charge to attend the 2-day conference up in Wilkes-Barre.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Question.
Yes.
I would just like to say, if it's possible, considering we only have, we're really limited with staff, so.
Well, yeah, he might say that he can't go, that something else is there. This is open.
Give me the opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, any other additional? Because we had it seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Sam, did you hear you?
I'm opposed.
Okay. Motion passed. Thank you. Next is a letter from PennDOT, notice of intent to enter.
And that's Kennedy Park and Kitty Close Corner, is that? It's very faint in the right-hand corner. Are they the parcels that they're talking about?
There,
What are the,
this Patterson Street reconstruction, and doing Patterson Street reconstruction, they may be just giving you an update to them, or we're tax parcel numbers that we own along that stretch. I called them up, I got one.
Okay.
It's everything on there, they're going to have survey crews, they may enter the property for the survey, that's all it was. They're not doing anything other than that.
Okay.
before, the suggestion for full council to take a look at before they start this, any idea when they're gonna start this project?
They didn't tell me anything.
Okay.
They were just surveying crews, that's all.
Down there, Patterson and Portwright, we have a drain down there. Every time it rains, especially in the winter time, you get a big pond of water there, lying there. Maybe before they get in there, we could do something there to try to correct that problem, that the water goes into the drain. Because in winter time, it gets very icy.
And if they're gonna be reworking the roadway, maybe we should wait and see if they address anything.
Well, if they don't mill it, they're gonna rise Patterson up higher, if they don't mill that street down. Right now, we have a problem there right at that intersection, and being that they're gonna redo it, you know, that we haven't done before they get in there. You know, it's something for Public Works to take a look at.
Okay, also one other thing you were saying about water, I spoke to you earlier in the year, the 500 block of East Patterson Street, like Tommy just said, if they don't notice, we're gonna have a problem. The 500 block, you have a handicap ramp. There's a storm inlet right out in the corner. The water does not even hit the it goes across the handicap ramp, comes out like a towel sheet. The water goes in my neighbor's basement, the water comes out hard. They just you gotta get these problems addressed before it's too late.
Do we need to make a motion on this? Or just let us know if they're concerned?
They're just gonna let us know, we have nothing to do with it.
Information was-
The next is the Keystone bid tabulation for the ADA ramp. Well, do you have any comments on that?
No, it's gonna happen, this is just a recap.
Okay.
It's only
All right.
just
Hopefully the start date will be October 14th. Plans for the live events to mayor.
Yeah, this is the first I'm seeing this, if all possible, anything addressed in America, can I see a little sooner? Because I got another issue with something else in the agenda tonight. But, yeah, I'll be here, I'll do that. Is this, no? Because my wife said something to me down yesterday. But yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. Thank you. BCBS letter. U.S. bankruptcy court letter. Letter from Bob Silvers regarding the removal of parking meters on Ridge.
Well, this issue has come up quite often. I hate to say that it's being acted on or in any way regarding the streetscape project. But I always believed that we should remove the meters anyway, because there's such minimal business there. You know, I mean, they're spending a lot of money on this grant just to put meters in where no places are. And as he said, even in the future, we can always just put them back in if needed. I mean, I don't know, half of them don't work. We have quotes for years and years. We keep saying, oh, it's $100 for one, and we need 150, and we still don't get them. We put them in the budget, we never get them. The businesses are depleting. So I know there's money in meters over there that have debt written on them. So my money, you know, I put a quarter in, and you know, I think it's ridiculous that we even have them.
Yeah.
So I will make a motion to do away with parking meters.
Yeah, I think if we don't put them in, we have to remove the ones that are already in the blocks, because it's not fair to business owners on this block, if there's no meters down on this one.
You realize this was brought up and addressed, and it was allowed to go through, because that is now incorporated in their streetscape and already going forward for me.
Well, why do we have this now then?
Because he's not in town anymore, maybe he's not aware of what's going on, because he moved his business to Tamaqua.
But they requested it before. They were here and they requested to have the meters so that they can remove it from the streetscape plan. Isn't it, I don't know how close they are with the streetscape, that particular project, but isn't it possible that they amend it also?
You have to talk to the engineer and the other people.
You know, I mean, there are opportunities to amending grants. I mean, I don't know how close they are though.
Well,
As far as the work in progress.
It hasn't, the work isn't going to start this year. I mean, it's going to start sometime in spring of 2015. Now, the other thing is, one of the ideas that came up is instead of parking meters, replacing parker meters, we get a town clock and put it in front of the borough hall. However, some members of council felt that would be a waste of money. I think if you get the money, that's probably another, we could shift the money from parking meters to someplace else. That I believe. Now, does council wish to reopen it and make another motion to remove all parking meters going forward?
I just made a motion. I think borough council should eliminate the ordinances and eliminate the parking meters.
Ordinances regarding parking?
Well, we have to have an ordinance in order to have the parking meters. So we would just, you know, which also, that's another thing that would take.
I just want to ask, Mark, I know I missed one meeting, when was it brought up to do away with the meters and put the money towards the clock? I don't ever remember that being brought up.
It was a long time ago. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying, because this was addressed, it was agreed to, and it was
yeah, but
going
it was
forward
taken, the
with
clock was up. The clock was up.
with the meters, and I know that, I don't know if anything was ordered, but I know that,
No.
you know, a lot of that has gone forward.
I don't know what's been ordered as far as streetscape.
I agree with Mary about limited parking meters, because the money we spend on these meters versus the money we take in is basically a waste of money. We are not, like Mary said, our business district is slowly dwindling down to nothing.
Either that or we do have to, I mean, we really have to just crack down and get them all working, period.
And
I don't think it's fair.
Well, if they're redoing the block, Mary, that means they're putting in new parking meters in that block. That means we have all the heads in that block to move to the other blocks that are missing. And that would basically fill up the 3 blocks. And Joe, I believe you're wrong, because for moving the vehicles, to keep the vehicles moving, there is ticketing there, and there is money that, like Mary says, there's some meters where you put a quarter in, and you don't get any time, and you lost a quarter. You know.
And the only thing is to say to do it in the future, then if you need them, you're putting the pavements in and
Yep.
and the pavers in as part of this expensive
Once you remove them, they're
streetscape.
done.
Then you're going to be digging, you know, putting holes in the
All
street.
right, I rescind my motion.
No, I'm just saying
I
that,
mean-
you know, to.
No.
Tommy opened a little bit of a, I didn't understand that, but he did make the comment on, since they're getting new ones on one part of the block, then anything that's over there working, we can actually move maybe and put to the other side.
And they've already applied for the grant for the second phase of the streetscape, which would be the next block.
But I know right across the street, there, you know, you get up and you don't have either that or any of them that aren't working, I think we should cover them. I don't think we should, if somebody walks up to it, sticks a quarter in and it does nothing.
Here,
I
once
think
again,
a piece of tape,
the borough
something.
workers used to take, Butch used to take
Well,
care of.
that's besides the point. Right now, though, I mean,
Chris does that a lot of times, Rosemary.
Right, yeah.
All it is a 9-volt battery.
and these were the,
But again, time.
either way, if it's discovered that one's not working, if we're going around collecting money out of the meters, then somebody's going around checking them. So if there's something that, and I'm talking about the ones that you know, these newer ones, they're flashing the word, I guess they flash the word there or something.
Yes.
So if it's
Yeah,
recognized,
it's fine.
then it should be, I don't know, at least it takes something. Because
Okay.
people are just sticking quarters and not looking at it, and then it's, you know.
And instead of like putting a piece of tape, I have to look up the lower garage. I know before when, like if you had an event going on, we used to cover parking meters, have to see if there's bags and we leave the town and which parking meters are not working. If we still have bags, we can put bags on.
Okay. Shall we leave it as is and then just move on? Next is the examination notice for civil service for that. It's already been taken care of. Police department. Next item is the Pennsylvania Recycling Department, the fact sheet as far as recycling computers, computer monitors, televisions, and other electronic devices.
Yeah, our agenda says free recycling program, and it's not a free recycling,
Well,
according to this.
this is right from DEP.
Yeah.
I brought this in, Rosemary.
Yeah.
to-
But
to
again,
prove
it's
the
only
point.
if you,
Well, you see, we gotta get a hold of DEP, and whoever, these people that are doing this, they have to be on DEP's roster. If they are approved by DEP,
right,
they gotta accept it free of charge. Free of charge.
it says that they'll be offset, if the municipality runs it, any cost will be offset by grants from the Department of Environmental Protection. But again, you have to, I guess, apply for the grant to offset it, because I don't see that it's really free, according to this.
As I know, Rick, when Schuylkill County just had theirs, there was 2 tractor trailer loads that come out of Toronto of electronics. And Schuylkill County had it free of charge. You paid for free on, I think, you brought a refrigerator or something like that.
Do you know who did it? Did you
Now,
find who did it?
it's somebody, I believe they were up from Maine or someplace.
Did you find out?
I'll find out.
Because then maybe
Yeah.
we could set up another day.
I think some builders did that too, Tommy, I'm not sure how that.
Yeah, but you see, the rest of them are getting involved with this other firm, and this firm is charging, like, console TV, they're charging $30, and they're charging for smaller TVs, I think it's $20. And if you read DEP's setup, DEP saying it's free of charge. I'm looking at it that our people don't pay. That's the way I want it. That's the way DEP has it. We have to just get to the bottom. I'll find that out tomorrow.
Thank you. Next is Kohler generators, CoStar's contract generator status for,
The generator was, that we applied for was under the competitive grant. So we just have to wait it's the CDBG competitive grant. We won't know until that is awarded.
Do you know when they might be awarded before fall or next year?
We just got the money for the cap ramp, so it will be, I would say early next year. We applied for it in 2013,
Okay.
so it should be, anytime soon. In fact, Rick asked me about it when we were down for the ADA ramp, if we had applied for anything. I told him what we applied for. I could check, I'll check on
didn't know if there was an alternative plan for, this fall, if we can get the grant for this fall. There's an alternative plan in case, we come into a situation where we would lose power. We have any kind of backup idea.
Well, I know, you've been here long enough to know how long this has been thrown back and forth. So finally, we tried the grant just because it was getting more expensive than we had anticipated, but, we can always go another route and see if we can get one. We don't have to, take it from the grant. We could turn that down if we get it. If there's something that can get sooner.
Okay.
But I'll
Okay, thank you.
tomorrow. I think today's Friday.
No, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
Much work. Next on the agenda is a letter from Debbie Kupris, schedule a cleaning service, which I will read. Dear council members, as a lifelong citizen of Lansford, you recently awarded me the opportunity to provide cleaning services to the Borough Hall and Police Station. During my brief tenure, I believe I have been successful in providing cleaning services to the Borough Hall on a regular basis. However, due to circumstances outside of my control, I have been unable to give the same level of service and complete the cleaning duties the police station quarters rightfully deserve. The primary issue for this challenge, in my opinion, is the conflict of schedules between Mayor Romanko and myself. When granted the opportunity to clean the facilities, it was mentioned by Mayor Romanko I would be allotted a window of time to clean the police station on Mondays. With such a narrow window of opportunity and a larger area to clean, I am finding it difficult to provide the necessary time needed to clean the station to level of expectation I would like to provide, as well as what the employees of the station rightfully deserve. This is an issue I believe needs resolution for the benefit of all affected parties and to prevent future instances from occurring, such as last month when I was able to provide cleaning services once during a 4-week interval. Understanding Mayor Romanko is employed full-time and serves the borough of Lansford in a capacity which may be altered due to his full-time employment, it is my hope that the Borough Council and Mayor Romanko can come to an amicable solution that will allow me to serve the Borough of Lansford and its police department, as well as its employees, the level of service they are entitled to receive. I appreciate your time and consideration regarding this matter and look forward to serving you in the future. Respectfully, Deborah A. Kupris.
Okay, let me respond, because this is another problem I have. She didn't talk to me about this. On Mondays, usually at 8 o'clock in the morning, we meet downstairs, and usually I got my 4-year-old that's a joy just to be around for a long period of time. Now, I don't tell her when she's done. She cleans and she says when she's done. So she is allotted as much time as she needs, and she usually, works till 1 o'clock. Maybe 2, like this past Monday I was there till 2, from 9 o'clock to 2 in the afternoon. So I don't tell her when she's done. She tells me when she's done, and then we leave. I don't see where the issue is. She was able to clean everything that she needed to clean, the bathrooms, the kitchen. She scrubbed the floors. I don't see where an issue is.
I have a question that might be stupid, but I understand the need for the police department to be secure. However, she's an employee, and she's not an employee, she's a contract person. But we left the electrical engineer there when he was doing the work, and the carpenters when the police had to go. Couldn't we just lock her in and let her clean, and then, so that you're not always under the gun to be there?
Well, I don't.
That was my thoughts too. You lock up all the paraphernalia that needs to be locked up. They're in secure areas. No, they're not secure areas, but they're locked up. Nothing's secure today. and lock her in there and let her do her thing.
Michael, is there any legal issues with her being down there?
May I say that I did talk to,
Mike, yes, Michael.
oh, I'm sorry.
Something, if something happens, I mean, just the mere presence doesn't create legal issues. When something happens, it depends how secure, you are down there. I mean, you know, the district attorney's office is you know, we have our file cabinets locked and things like that, but, you know, we leave and there's cleaning people that come in.
That's my problem. We got case files, and I don't think we can lock them up.
But now there are cameras located there, and I don't know what they have downstairs. I mean, it would be, I'd feel more comfortable if you had cameras.
Cameras aren't good there.
If you had them, that I'd feel more comfortable with the cleaning person, because you could see, you know, what happens.
And that's kind of why I would rather be there than